In a case that has deeply shaken the Portsmouth community, a former police officer from the Portsmouth Police Department has been handed a nearly 2-decade sentence for a crime that breaches the very essence of public trust. Cleshaun A. Cox, 31, a former officer, has been sentenced to 18 years in federal prison following his guilty plea and sentencing in a state court to charges of carnal knowledge and abduction. These charges relate to the on-duty sexual assault of a 17-year-old high school student that occurred in 2019. For the state charges, Cox had previously received a 5-year prison sentence. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Virginia has revealed that Cox spent about 4.5 years in state custody awaiting his federal sentence. This additional sentencing is a consequence of Cox's violation of the teenager's civil rights, a violation that manifested in the forcible sexual assault while he was on duty. U.S. Attorney Jessica D. Aber commented on the case, stating, "There are no words to describe Officer Cox's breach of our public trust. The pain that he inflicted on the victim and the community is incalculable, but I hope this resolution can bring some measure of peace to those affected." The events leading to this conviction began on May 27, 2019. Cox, along with a senior police officer, responded to a noise complaint involving the 17-year-old and her friend. Despite the teenager not having broken any laws except the city's curfew, the situation took a harrowing turn. Unbeknownst to the senior officer, Cox followed the teenager in his marked police car. He later coerced her into a sexual encounter, threatening to ticket her for minor offences. This coercion led to an on-duty sexual assault after Cox directed the teen to drive to a secluded parking lot. Despite her objections and fear, the teenager complied with Cox's demands. After the assault, the teenager bravely reported the incident, which led to Cox providing false information during an interview with detectives. Ahead of his federal sentencing, the government argued for a 20-year prison sentence, emphasizing Cox's abuse of authority and the targeting of a minor. However, Cox's defense, led by federal public defender Suzanne Katchmar, who did not respond to requests for comment, sought a sentence no longer than the mandatory minimum of 15 years. Cox, now required to register as a sex offender under federal law, faces the substantial consequences of his actions, both legally and in terms of the community's trust. This case serves as a poignant reminder of the responsibilities held by those in positions of authority and the devastating impact when that trust is violated. To stay up to date on the latest news about police violence and corruption, remember to subscribe to Breaking Through News on the Newsbreak app or on our website at breakingthrough.com.